So I received a request about talking about my experience with taking the non-traditional route in my career path. I guess I'll talk about like how my experience, my advice to someone who might feel like they're being guided towards like entrepreneurship or entrepreneurship that's not like typical. Or if you're new and you've come across this video, my name is Abby. I would say that I'm a coach that guides people through my intuition and also through tarot. My goal is really to get people more in tune with themselves, reconnected to their desires so that they can be more open to their path. You know, something that requires a lot of like shadow work, a lot of like insight on limiting beliefs and those sort of things. Anyway, less about what I do. So first, how did I know that I was being guided towards a non-traditional path? Well, one, I did not know. I honestly had no aspirations for anything really when I was younger. I used to do a lot of different activities. One thing that I really enjoyed was like theater, acting. I was put into a lot of things as a child. And then I had a brief moment where I was going through a lot with family and things of that nature. And I was kind of guided towards like spirituality. Like it really wasn't something that I forced myself into. It was something that I kind of found back in 2020. And honestly, I was just going on my spiritual journey. I didn't think anything would kind of come of that. And then I got connected to tarot. My ex gifted me a tarot deck, and that's when my love for tarot started. I started posting on Instagram, messages of the day, and then TikTok got popular, and I was guided to kind of start posting on there. And I'm like in 2024, I've been posting since 2020, but I started on Instagram, and then I didn't start posting like more seriously, like collective readings and that nature till 2024. And that's when I got connected to my community, helped so many different people. And first I was kind of starting it like as a hobby, something that I enjoyed kind of doing. And then I started noticing like, wait, is this something that I could turn into a career? I realized like, yeah, maybe. So a little bit into that, I realized, why don't I start like doing readings for people? And that's what I did. I then had a moment where I had to take a step back because I was getting kind of burnt out from doing readings in general, like collective readings. The way that I was doing it was just not sustainable for me. So I took a break, questioned my path. Then I came back to it by not only sharing collective readings, but also sharing more of myself. I feel like I was kind of hiding behind my like reading cards for people and that sort of nature. And I got more connected to how I wanted to conduct my business and the style of how I wanted to do it. So I do a lot of content surrounding like my target audience is baddies who want to get reconnected to them. And yeah, it's been amazing so far. One of the lessons that I've learned from being in a non-traditional space is that you kind of have to be open to it. If you are open, it will kind of find. If you're open to discovering new things about yourself, it will find you. So if you kind of feel stagnant, be open to trying different things. I've done many different things. Makeup, I still, I incorporate makeup into my brand as well. But I was doing many different things, and I kind of compacted it into my brand. Now I feel like I'm grounded in my work and in my business. And so for starting, at least, I really encourage trial and error, finding what fits you, okay? Being open to not knowing where things can go and being willing to fail. Another piece of my advice is doing something that's non-traditional is difficult because you don't really have many people around you who will understand you. There's gonna be a lot of people who don't believe in you because they don't understand your path. And that's not to say like they're an evil person, they don't wish greatness for you, but when it's not structurally or it's not something that they've understood, you're probably going to receive a lot of judgments. So you kind of have to have like this unshakable faith in yourself, and that's difficult because a lot of times you might feel like you are allowing yourself to be defined by people's negativity and their judgments, okay? And so you kind of have to learn to ignore that and believe in where you're going, right? Because if this idea of your life, it wouldn't be placed in your head if you didn't think that you were being called towards a non-traditional path, right? And if you couldn't be successful by it. There are many people who are successful. Like think of like singers and all those other things. Like that's not a traditional path either, but they are successful, okay? And I think they're going to be a new wave of ways people will find their success that's not traditional. I feel like that's where people are headed towards, where they want to do something that is actually fulfilling to them. So believing in yourself is like the most important thing, especially because there may not be a lot of people who have conducted business how you do. So it's going to be hard to kind of follow in the footsteps of other people. How I kind of reconnected to myself and how I conduct things is looking into astrology, looking into my human design chart, I'm a projector, so I'm meant to share my wisdom, but it's more like quality over quantity. You know, I'm not meant to just be putting out wisdom all the time. I'm meant to take my time and share through my life experiences, not just random all the time. Another piece of advice would be that it's not an easy path. You know, it's not an easy path. It's something that requires a lot of belief in yourself. Advice again to somebody else who's kind of questioning where they are, feeling lost. Again, be open to where the universe might take you, and also learn to rest more, because I've just made a video about this on my TikTok. When you rest, it's almost like a signal to the universe that you're open to receiving new ideas, new things, right? You don't always have to be on the go. I'm wondering if there's anything else that I'd like to share. Know that you're not alone, okay? First thing, like, even though it might be hard to find people who are similar to you, you're not alone. I'm in your same path. I don't have everything figured out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning my own business, still learning exactly how I want to monetize and my offerings and all those things. And so this is a journey for us both. If you do kind of like want support, want to get connected to what your calling might be, want somebody to kind of get you reconnected to, you know, the parts of yourself that you're not aware of yet, can work together and discover who you are, your limiting beliefs, what's holding you back, and how to get you on your path. I hope that this helped. This isn't going to be like the longest video, but if you do want me to kind of like expand a little bit more, I definitely can. I'm just kind of like talking off of the dome. It definitely can make a part 2 if you have like specific questions about the non-traditional path. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this helps somebody, and I will see you guys next time.